Well, hi everyone. This is Mr. Nelson, and this week we've been working on orthographic projection, and we've also talked a little bit about what we would call isometric drawing, and that's drawing in 3D. And what I like to do today, and what I'd like you to do today, is practice some of the things that we've learned when it comes down to drawing in 3D. So I've got my pencil and paper out. I hope you do too. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start with just some of the things that we've been working on. And from there, we'll see what happens. So here's my pencil. Here's my paper. There's my hand. Hello. So I'm going to start off today by doing a warm up. And I keep talking about doing warm ups so that a warm up is a way for us to loosen up our muscles in our hands to make sure that we don't hurt anything while we're doing this. And it also gets some of the kinks out. So when we try drawing something, it sometimes it doesn't work as well as we'd like. So do that. You could also draw 100 circles if you wanted to. There are a lot of other things you can do. This is an easy start. The next thing, and I had everybody try this on Thursday, was start with a big dark square like this. But as you move across the paper, try to make it lighter and lighter and lighter. Because when it comes down to drawing, we normally don't draw over on this end. We normally draw, if we're starting to draw, we draw over here and even over there. So where it's really, really light. So that's the thing that we've got to make sure that we work on is keeping our drawings light, because we can always make the line darker. But what we worked on today, what we worked on this week, was what we called a foreshortened circle and square. So let's look at those. A foreshortened circle is made by putting a dot and a dot. And right now, since we're starting off, we can make those dots pretty big, but later on, we want those dots to be so small that only we can see them. And then you do a curve, and then you do another curve. Now, you may want to turn the paper upside down to do one of the curves because it might be easier for you, and that's all right. You move the paper however you want. It's your paper. Now we're going to draw a line straight down, and we're going to draw another line straight down. And these lines are the same length. They're congruent, and that's a fancy word for they're the same. They're also parallel, which is a way of saying they're going, if we were to draw them forever, they would never cross. Now we're going to start over here, and we're going to do another curve, a curve just like that. One of the mistakes that people make a lot of times is they'll do this perfectly, and then they'll do that. And this adds surface. It makes it look three-dimensional. The straight line does not make it look three-dimensional. So we want to try to avoid doing that and try to keep doing this curve and make sure that the curve is a good size curve. So this is our foreshortened circle. Now over here, I'm doing two dots. I'm finding the middle between these two. I'm putting a dot above and a dot below. And so now when I connect the dots, I get a diamond. This would be my foreshortened square. And now I'm going to draw a line down. I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to draw the same line. So again, congruent and parallel. And here I'm going to draw a parallel line all the way down. And connect those. And now I have a square or a cube. I have a cube. So I have a cylinder and I have a cube. And the cylinder, if I wanted to, this is why I was talking about making it dark and then go light, because on the cylinder, you make it dark, you start at the dark and then you make it go lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. And then it starts looking even more three-dimensional. But those are all skills that are going to take a little time for us to build. And that's all right. So far today, we've reviewed the foreshortened circle and the foreshortened square. Now, the other parts that we need to talk about are some of just the drawings that we did. And I know you've done these, but this is the easiest way for you to practice, is to draw the same thing, and always remember to add details. So I'm going to start off with our very first drawing, which we did, which was a foreshortened circle, 2 lines, and that curve down there, remember it's a curve. I'm going to put a line here and a line here to show that there's a table. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this little wiggle. And I'm going to add another little wiggle all the way around here. And what did I make? Well, I've made a birthday cake. And I can do other things to it. I can add, maybe it's a ginormous birthday cake, so I'm going to add a ladder to it and someone climbing the ladder to get to the cake. There we go. And so there, someone's climbing the ladder to get to the top of the cake. Maybe that's what we want. It's your drawing. You can do what you like. So now what do we do with that square? Well, we add those details. Again, those 4 dots, and we come down, congruent and parallel, down again. And this time what we can do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a screen by putting a box here, and the box is going to look like that. And then we're going to put a circle and a circle and a circle and a circle. And if we're doing it right, we're going to put a circle up here, and we're going to put an antenna here and an antenna here. And what we have is we have an old school television, or it could be a Macintosh, old Macintosh computer without the dials, or without the dials. So again, there we go. Well, I'm not going to worry about shadowing right now, but then after this, what we're going to be doing is putting these together, doubling them up and tripling them up. So how we do that is, for the cylinder, we make our cylinder. And then where these 2 dots, where these 2 lines ended, we take a little dot over here and a little dot over here. We make sure that they're about the same distance. And then we draw another one and come back around, and then draw straight down and curve again. And we can do that as many times as we want until we run out of paper. But remember, the whole idea is this bottom line has to be curved, or else it's not going to work. And then from here, we can make it anything we want. So I'm going to let you imagine what you want to put on there, and then go ahead and put that on your drawing. Now, with the foreshortened square, we can do the opposite. So we can start off with a really big one here. And I'm making this big, but I'm not making it tall. So it's a foreshortened square, and I'm making it short like a pizza box. And then I'm coming down, and I'm going to draw a line in the middle, a line here, and a line down. And there is a table. Now, this is one that if we add shadow to, we can really help make it look 3-dimensional. So we keep the same kind of gray shadow right here. And then underneath here, we make what's called an undershadow, and we make that really dark. And now it looks like the light is shining right here. There's the sun. So for today, all I'd like you to do is practice those. So keep drawing, add things to them. Maybe you're going to add a glass. Maybe you're going to add a glass of lemonade. Maybe you're going to add a glass with a straw. I don't know. It's your drawing. That's the best part. It's what you want to draw. So I'd like you to practice those, because when we come back, we're going to be working and building off of that, so that we can then start building from our drawings. So this is what we call an isometric view. It's 3D. The isometric drawing is a little bit more technical, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So I hope you have a wonderful, I'm going to stop, I'm going to turn off my video so you can at least see my face in Lego. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful break and a great weekend, and stay safe and stay warm. And I look forward to seeing all of you in January, or maybe even February for some of you. All right. So I'm going to say goodbye, and go ahead and rewatch this as many times as you need to just practice those foreshortened circles and foreshortened squares. All right. Bye-bye.